Good morning and welcome to the 45-day challenge. Today is day 22, and just so you know that we have 23 days left, and that's pretty exciting because even if you haven't started your three bodacious goals, you still get the opportunity to get a full 21 days in, even if you take Thanksgiving off, if you're in America and celebrating Thanksgiving. So think about that and really focus back on your three bodacious goals. Now, today, what I want to do is go back and focus on the daily dozen that I posted yesterday, because I wanted you guys to see it and then maybe walk through it. And I know a couple of people said, this seems kind of overwhelming. And the truth of the matter is, and why this is so important, is because it's not a task list. It's a mindset. It's an intention. It's a philosophy that you live your life by. And once you start to get in the groove of this and kind of look at that list and keep yourself on track, it just becomes a way of life. So don't think of this as some overwhelming thing that you have to write on your list, because that's not what it is at all. So I just want to jump into it and try to do it quickly. Number one, attitude. This is just about choosing your intention daily. You are a self-directed human. And so often we get distracted. But if we intentionally choose our attitude in any point of our day or life, even if we're having a bad day, we can decide, and I do this all the time. I can be having the worst moment and I have to walk into a meeting and I just decide, you know what? My intention for this meeting is to have an incredible outcome, develop some incredible rapport, and really bring value to this meeting. That's intentional. I'm creating an attitude through my intentions. You can do it with your family. When you get home, you've had a stressful day, your kids are there. You know what? You can say in that car before you walk through those doors, I'm going to make my children realize how special they are to me. I want my spouse to know how much I love them, even though I had a disastrous day. Attitude is managing your intentions and your psychology, and it's completely a decision you make. Okay, number two, priorities. Priorities, again, this is not a task. This is saying, wait, what are my three bodacious goals? What do I need to do today? There are days when you can just work till noon and get your three biggest priorities done in the morning, and you feel like such a star, versus a day where you work 12 hours and you don't know where the time went. Getting those priorities first and foremost in front of you and manifesting them is powerful. And again, it's not a task, it's a mindset. Number three, your health. Okay, your health is everything. You don't have your health, you don't have your vitality, you don't have your energy, you're not getting through. And if you are getting through, you're not going to enjoy it or appreciate it. So conquer the health. Start out in the morning going, you know what, I'm just going to start by having my best possible meal. For me, that's just juicing. I'll do a juice, and next week I'm going to start a big detox 2 weeks before Christmas, right after Thanksgiving. It's the perfect time. But when you get that one meal under your belt, or you get that one exercise under your belt, you're taking your health to a new level. You're taking your mindset to a new level. And, it's totally aligned. Your body and your mind are totally aligned. So get your body in good shape. Your mind's going to do great things for you. Number four, family. All right. We all know that we work so hard on our careers, our jobs, and we go in and we put 100% in, and then we come home, we've got nothing to give. This is so important. You're never going to have the true joy of your life until you're intentionally going to your family and making them a priority. Schedule it. Weaponize that calendar, as we discussed. And if you haven't seen some of the previous videos, you could do hashtag Lauralouise. You could see all the videos in this series, or hashtag 45-day challenge. Make your family important and choose those magic moments. Make them know that they're the most special people to you in the world. Because you know what? When one of them isn't around, or you screw up a relationship, or God forbid something happens, there's nothing in your career that's going to replace that. So make it a priority and embrace it. Number five, thinking. Thinking time is so critical. We're so distracted. We wake up, we look at our phone, we turn on the news. We're constantly having a conversation in our kitchen, and Alexa will start advertising things you're talking about. I mean, you know where we're at here. You need that private time to engage with your own mind. And when you first start doing it, you feel a little off, like you feel like, oh, I might fall asleep, or I'm distracted, or I'm thinking of a list in my head. But when you practice it on a regular basis, I can do it while I'm running, while I'm driving in the car, while I'm making breakfast or unloading my dishwasher. It doesn't matter. You can decide you're going to have thinking time and not be distracted by things around you. And that's when you literally take your brain to the next level. You start getting those juices flowing and that creativity. And that's where the game changes. You know, we're only using like 12 or 15% of our brain. Don't you want to harness that other, 85%? I know I do. So carve out a little time and do net time. When you have no extra time, do it when you're running, do it when you're driving, do it when you're taking a shower and getting ready to go to work. You make the time. It's not a task, it's an intention that you practice every day. Okay, number 6 is commitment. Commitment is just about really saying, I'm going to do these things, and holding yourself to a standard, holding yourself to a higher level, making yourself do the things that are important to you, not important to other people, not, all the interrupters that jump on our back and make us their slave for the day. No, be the slave to your own commitments first and foremost, because that's going to make you better and you're going to have a lot more to share with everyone else. 7, finances. So finances is interesting. There's a lot of successful people that I work with. I've been surrounded by incredibly successful people, but what you do with your finances, whether you have a lot of money or a little, is a game changer. Make sure that you're pursuing with your finances things that are accretive to your life, not just accretive to your, fun playtime. And making sure that you're setting things up to win for your family and for your future generations, and hopefully the legacy that you want to leave, doing things important with your money. 8, faith. Now, this is just about really having that mindset that deepens the faith in yourself, the faith in your loved ones, the faith in your creator, having something that's a little bit more poignant in your life that can guide you other than just what's happening in front of you. So keep that faith in your head and in your heart on a regular basis. Number 9, relationships, the glue of everything in life. If you are not intentionally waking up and going, you know what, I'm going to make sure that I'm honoring these relationships, I'm strengthening them, I'm reaching out, I'm connecting. If you're just this person who's only focused on what they need to do for their job, you're missing out on, really what life is about. And relationships don't last forever if they're not nurtured. And sometimes they get taken away from you and you don't even have that opportunity to have had that interaction. So make it just a part of your habitual activity where you reach out to call your best friend or tell your partner at work, you know what, I really appreciate you. And I might not always show it, but you're really important to me. Call your mom, tell your children. I never get off the phone with my mother, my husband, or my kids without saying I love you. Because God forbid it's the last thing I ever say. I want them to know that. I want that takeaway. It's the most important thing you can do. Honor your relationships. I have a saying, honor the living things. We all love to think about the boats and the cars and the new houses and the great vacations, but let's have fun with those things, but let's honor the people and the loved ones in our lives and the living things. I have 3 golden retrievers I have to include in that. Okay. Generosity. Generosity is, setting yourself up to be giving, which is really just setting yourself up to experience the joy of seeing what an impact you can have on someone else's life. And I will tell you, there is nothing greater than being that catalyst that makes a difference in someone's life. There's a saying, the secret to living is giving. And I totally believe it's true. I was very fortunate. My parents brought me up in that culture and it was really important to them. So I got indoctrinated into that very early on. If you want to give your kids a great gift, teach them the art of giving as you're giving to them. But remember to be generous, carve out that time. Some people tithe, other people support people in their community or do drives for Thanksgiving. Sure, charity does begin at home, but extend it beyond your own doors as well. Okay, values, keep them at the top of your mindset. Your values have to be top of mind. How often we're doing things quickly in the day and we don't think about something we do and maybe we regret it. But if you start your day thinking, you know what, this is who I am. You train your software to be the person that you will be proud of when you get to bed at night and look in the mirror and brush your teeth and you go, you know what, you did well today. You were good. You lived up to the expectations that I have for you, meaning the expectations you have for yourself. Live your values. It's easy to say, I believe this, I do this, I want this. But when you're actually living it, it elevates you and everyone around you. And last but not least, growth. Continue to grow, continue to challenge yourself, seek it out daily. Nothing stays the same. If you are not moving forward, you're not staying the same. You're moving backwards because the whole world is passing you by. Continuous growth. Tony Robbins calls it CANI, constant and never ending improvement. Something that we must practice. And again, it's an intention. Because when I see something I don't know, now I'm just intentionally wanting to learn it, wanting to put myself out there and know that I can become better. And, there's a saying, the older you become, the more you realize that you don't know. Well, I think that's very, very true. But I will say that every year I am smarter than the year before because I'm intentional about what I want to learn and do and be good at. So there you have it. I know that was a little long, but I wanted to give you a little reinforcement that this is not a task list. This is an intention list. This is a habitual process that you will become great at. And I advise you to print this out and just keep it at the top of your mind. Remind yourself who you want to be, how you want to show up, and the person that you want to live your life as. And as always, I'm wishing you life and business on your terms. Thanks.